Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, I'm going to be covering something from the latest Letter from the Producer Live number 89 that I kind of missed the first time around. It wasn't in the unofficial translation until after I had already recorded the video for it, and so I brought it up in State of the Realm, but I figured it was worth its own standalone video because it's kind of a thing that I just had forgotten was even a consideration. So Final Fantasy XIV's had a few major iterations of its competitive PvP scene. First, there was the Fold, which was a 4v4 deathmatch where each team, basically as soon as they completely wiped out the other team, it was a win, and then you moved on to the next game. We currently have Crystalline Conflict, but during Heaven's Ward and for several expansions after, we had the Feast. Now, it was a pretty popular mode, although it definitely tapered off closer to, the Shadowbringers era. I think that was really when the last of it kind of hit its decline, but it had 20 seasons throughout all that time, and it gave rewards to people who scored first, top 10, and top 100. So people have been asking for those rewards to come back in some capacity. And one detail from the latest letter from the producer live, it's too late for me to be saying that, I guess, is that they're actually going to be bringing those rewards back. Now, we don't know exactly which rewards, but they said they wanted to do kind of replica versions of them, maybe so that the people who have the originals still feel like they have the originals. And so while I brought you that information, I don't remember what most of those items were, minus a couple of mounts. So we're actually going to go through the old Feast seasonal result page where we can look at and preview every single reward, so you can have some idea of what's going to be getting added to the game. Now, we don't know if this is added in 7.4. It was in the 7.4 live letter, but I don't think it explicitly said that it was planned for 7.4. But expect it soon. And that's nice because Dawn Trail's been making good on their promise to bring back previous Crystalline Conflict seasonal rewards even. So one patch later, 7.1 added 6.1's rewards and 7.2. I'm sorry, 7.2 added 6.1 and 6.2's rewards. 7.3 added 6.3's rewards. And we assume that that is a cycle that will continue for people who missed those rewards when they were first around. But let's take a look. So we're going to start right with Season 1 of the Feast and look at the rewards. Now, we can assume the trophies won't be returning. That'd be strange. I think that's fair to say. But we have the actual gear set here, the Lone Wolf Crown and the actual Lone Wolf set. Now, as you can see, the crown, it was only given to 10 players per data center, and only the Lone Wolf set, the rest of it was for the top 100. So top 10 people got the full set and top 100 people got this. Pretty cool looking set. I think a big question that comes with this is, with the replica versions, is it going to be some sort of competitive reward? Is it going to be something to spend collars on, just like the weapon glows that people can do now? Or is it just going to be available for wolf marks? I don't recall if it said what they were actually planning on doing in terms of how you obtain them. They just said they would bring back replica versions. But it's a pretty nice looking set, all things considered. And then on top of that, this was a ranked thing, the choker, a diamond, platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. It's funny because I don't remember this in particular, but it's something I've actually been suggesting for some time. I want them to bring back the mounts from the Feast and put them in competitive, but make it so that having any placement at all gets you the mount, and it just has like a banner on the side that says what rank that you actually got. Something small that signifies what it is. And this kind of is accomplishing that in a much smaller form with the choker. So I'd actually forgotten that they had already done that. I think Ivy's running around in the background. So we can go right into Season 2 and check out the rewards here. Same deal. We have, ooh, I like the Eagle Beak crown. So you have the Eagle Beak set, kind of a similar set. I mean, not to be too surprised, this is kind of just a reskin of the body armor, which is completely identical with a different coat of paint, with the helmet being the key thing that actually ends up being different. They also did earrings for this season instead of a choker, which is interesting because now we're getting to multiple rewards. Who knows if they'll bring back the Lone Wolf earrings? They probably will bring back the Lone Wolf earrings if I had to guess. Get out of here. I don't want that up there. Let's go on to Season 3. And here we have... Wait. The Hell Pup? No, okay. I was mistaking it for the Fenrir Pup. The Fenrir Pup was just obtainable. The Hell Pup was exclusively from this. Yeah, is the Hell Pup not in the game still? Is that really just still a top 10 minion reward? I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring that back. And the Hellhound earring. So we had earrings from the previous season. Now this one's just an earring instead of a full set. However, this was the first season they rewarded the mount, which for the top 100 was the Hellhound. So I do wonder if they'll bring the mounts back. There are some crazy good mounts. There's an argument against both. You know, some people are like, oh, you shouldn't give the top 100 rewards out to everyone because they were exclusive to the top 100. But win trading was really prevalent. We don't know how many people on average were in the top 100 win trading, but we know the number is not zero. So the question becomes, ethically, it wasn't even obtained by a lot of people, like, you know, in a fair manner. So is it unethical to re-release it to everyone? I don't really know where I stand on that. I love the idea of something that people who worked hard to get. It's something they exclusively have. I don't think there's enough item scarcity like that in Final Fantasy XIV where you can see someone with something and be like, oh, that's crazy, they have that. There's a few things, but I don't think there's as much. But I don't really know if this falls in that category. I think most people just associate it with, oh, they probably cheated. And so at that point, it's not really harmful to give it back out. So I wonder if they'll do the mounts. They have not said anything about the mounts. They've just said rewards, very broad statement. Let's go on to Season 4 and see what they had. The Lone Feyhound earring. And the top 100 was a reskin. So they've already been reskinning the mounts. I didn't even realize they had reskinned the Hellhound and just re-released it. Oh, and it looks like I actually probably missed a top 100 reward, the jewelry piece. So let's go back and look at that. I got so hard focused on that. Yeah, so then there was a bracelet, and we just saw there were rings for Season 4 as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see all of those return. You can see they stopped doing... I will say it's pretty fitting that they stopped doing full sets. I feel like that kind of speaks to the taper off and popularity for the Feast overall. However, we do get in Season 5 the Wolf Collars, which is how you obtain... I believe it's the Hellhound set. Yeah, so this is the Hellhound War Pick and Shield, and then they have previews for all the different weapons. Why do I feel like these are still in the game? While I'm doing this, I'm going to log over to my main. I'm actually logged in right now, but I'm logged in on my Iron Man character. Let me log out and go actually look at the vendors, because I don't know which of these... I feel like this is in the game still. Like, I mean, like, obviously there are some people who already have it, but I feel like this is still obtainable. The top 100, however, got this Hellhound set, which looks really cool. Oh, no. Okay, I know what set I'm thinking of. It's not this one. It's a set that it reminds me of. But yeah, this is another set that was available for Season 5 in the Feast. And the collars were used exclusively on the weapons. They're pretty cool looking weapons. I love that spear. That spear is so good. I know, like, it's kind of cut off because it's on the right-hand side, but, like, and it's also way too tall because I'm zoomed in here. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think we can deal with a little bit of a zoom out so you can get a better version of the full picture. That is a great-looking spear. Pretty good-looking globe. Actually, solid-looking book, even when it's on the side there. White Mage Cane, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, they're dark, they're edgy. I mean, look at that Dark Knight sword, though. Yeah, then there's the axe, the Monk Fist. I have these Monk Fists. I know for a fact I have these Monk Fists, but I am not some... I think, maybe I don't. Maybe they're just very similar, because I swear the Hellhound stuff is available for the current, like, Crystalline Conflict stuff. So this might not... I need to go check, because it's bugging me, because I swear I have this set or some of this set or something or other. But while I'm doing that, yeah, we can go this. And then that's when they started. Players who reach bronze tier or higher at the end of the season can receive wolf collars. Once you have 10 wolf collars, they can be exchanged for a weapon of your choosing. The number of wolf collars received based on placement. Yeah, so that's just explaining how that system works. And I'm pretty sure at this point, it's pretty much just wolf collars and mounts. Like, yeah, almost exclusively. Oh, no, then there's a reskin of the Bloodhound, the Greyhound set. And then no mount for this season, it looks like. Okay. I mean, at that point, they wouldn't even do these sets. They would just release the basic one and just make it like replica and make it dyeable. I think is realistically what they would do. Yeah, so this is the mount I wanted most. This is the second boss from the Alamigo dungeon in Stormblood. It's his chair, the soul extraction guy. I can't remember his name. Alice, I think his name was. I said, you know what, I would love that mount, but I'm not a PvPer, so I ceded. It's like, okay, I just won't have it. I was okay with that, but listen, if they decide to bring him back, I'm gonna go get it, because it's literally been like 7 years since it was released. Like, I totally want it if they're gonna put it back in the game. And then they did a reskin of it here. I actually like this one a little bit better, but yeah, this is the prototype conveyor. So I guess for whenever they do a mount, it looks like two, you know what, it makes sense for 2 seasons in a row, because it's like patch 4.3 and then 4.35. So it's like the entire 4.3 cycle is like, one is one mount, one is the reskinned mount. All right, I'm logged into the game. Let me go check the Wolf's Den Pier and check out some of the rewards there. Season 9. Oh my god, I don't remember this at all. Oh, I know a lot of people who would love this set. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a big set. That's crazy looking. That is an Elden Ring boss, I'm pretty sure. Holy moly. Okay, that one's really good. I like that one. Then this is probably a reskin. Yep. Yeah, it seems like, again, that's the big thing. Like, per major patch cycle, it looks like they largely just did reskins of the same reward. I am in the Wolf's Den. I'm going to some of the vendors, and I'm seeing Wolfmark Exchange. I'm just going to quickly look at some of the rewards. Magitech, Sky Armor, Mini Conveyor, Magitech Sky. Oh yeah, these are some of the old rewards. The Mini Tech Conveyor is the mount that we were looking at, but smaller. There's the Wind Up Cheerleader. Okay, there's all that. There's Wolfmarks, Disciple of War Weapons, Disciple of Magic, and then Wolf Gear, Dire Wolf Gear. Yeah, these are all the different like level sets for the different level ranges. The Genyo gear. It's actually a lot more stuff in here than I thought. The Beast Lord gear. These are some of the old rewards as well. And then that's Wolfmark's Disciple of War. What about gear? Wolf Gear, Late Allegan, Genyo. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so it's not at that vendor. So let's go look at the Trophy Crystal vendor. I just have to know real quick. If I see the words Hellhound or anything, Critical and Model. Oh yeah, these are some of the more like newer hip sets. Right. Disciple of War gear, Virtu. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like, do I not have? I'm just gonna search it. I have Hellhound Knuckles. I don't remember when I got them. It's got to be a Wolf Collar exchange. Yeah, it is. So the Hellhound weapons are all here because I was gonna say we still get Wolf Collars. I'm pretty sure from doing Crystalline Conflict, so they didn't remove them. However, I noticed that the armor is not here. So so all of the Hellhound weapons we're seeing are still in the game. Now I fully understand. But all the armor sets are not. So this is all there, but all of these are still here. And a lot of them do look really cool. So let's go on to Season 11 and take a look at another set of rewards. I knew that. I was like, I'm almost certain I bought Hellhound Knuckles after I got Crystal rank in Season 1. The Magitech Rotor, yeah, the Magna Rotor, that's one of the mounts, which means the next season should probably be a reskin of that exact same mount. Let's find out. And I want that one. The Maxima Rotor. Again, top 100 rewards. So all you're looking at were top 100 rewards before. And we don't know how they're going to do it. The Koro armor set. Again, it's crazy because I didn't PvP much during this time. Not that I PvP much most of the time. I really don't remember like any of these sets. That I remember. That's a Final Fantasy VI boss, the thing in the cave with Celis and Locke. Its name is this is what it calls it, the Epimetheus. I'm pretty sure that's not what it was called in Final Fantasy VI, but it's like the tunnel something. But yeah, that's also a boss from Gimlet. Yeah, from Gimlet. Let's see. Then we have the reskin of it, as to be expected, and then Season 16. I think I remember what the Season 20 reward is. And then another okay, they did 3 of these, so I didn't even know that. So at this point, though, I think Feast was not worth making like brand new things for. Yeah, and then there's the Prototype Rotor. Yeah, I think we're about to see reskins of everything except Season 20. I'm pretty sure Season 20 is a unique reward. Shadow Stalker armor set. Again, dude, these Dark Souls looking sets right here, all looking pretty good. And then Shadow Cleaver, which is just a reskin of the same set. And I think Season 20 is like the one season that the mount is the God, what are they called? The Dreadnoughts, right? This was the Dreadnought season. That's the Dreadnought season, right? Also a very sought after mount. So like there's some really cool armor sets, and I think all of the armor sets we should absolutely expect, but the big question is the mounts. If they start bringing the mounts back, a lot of people there's going to be like a handful of people that are upset about it. And I totally get it if you're someone who did compete fairly. And like I said, there are people who competed fairly during this time. There's just a lot of people who didn't. And so I totally get it if they feel it, but if they reskin it and it's not the original one, I personally Like, if I was someone with it, I wouldn't care. But, you know, I am someone, I love, whenever I was playing WoW, if I saw someone with a Black Karaji tank, I'd be like, yo, that person's nuts for having the Black Karaji tank mount. And I really like that kind of visual flair that adds to things. These just don't have that reputation. So I'm curious to see how they will interpret bringing these rewards back into the game. But I mean, Dawn Trail's brought back a lot of rewards that people wanted, and we've gotten more glam updates, everything. This stuff would have always worked on every job. This stuff also kind of exemplifies why the glam unrestrictions are something that makes sense, because every job could be in all these Dark Souls looking sets. But yeah, I'm really I'm excited. Whether or not it's in 7.4, they're planning on doing it, and for me, that's really all that matters. Let me know what you think about some of the rewards that we saw. If you have a set that you've been eyeing that you know hasn't been in the game for a while, or one of the mounts that we showed off that you're really looking forward to trying to get. We don't know what they'll do, but hopefully you'll be able to have an opportunity to get all the stuff that's not in the game anymore. So with that, let me know what you think in the comment section of the video below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. We're gonna have more news leading up to patch 7.4, which is December 16th. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.